randomly estimate the percent cover of vegetation in 100 randomly placed quadrats. To randomize, throw the quadrat in a random direction 100 times. But with the quadrats that we have, they're a little floppy. So we're gonna have to figure out as a group how to tweak it a little bit to kind of work with what we have.
It's gonna be like percentages of how biodiverse and how rich do you think your grass is based off of, for example, like 0%, 10%, 100%, whatever. So there's going to be a bias of if someone's throwing it somewhere. So we're going to try to cut down on that bias.
Right.
And by doing that, there's one great example Lexi had of trying to cut down on that bias of where you're going to be throwing it.
For the next activity, we're doing something also with grass, and we already have like a game plan for that, how that's going to run. So this one's going to be all you guys trying to figure out how you're going to do this experiment, and then for the next activity that we're going to do, we're just going to give you all the methods. And then for our last activity that we're doing today, we're just going to give you all the tools, and you can come ask us questions, but we're not going to tell you anything. So this is how we're going to progress a little bit to get you guys thinking a little outside of the box and how you think the experiment should be run in your own way. So for this one, we're just going to get into two groups, and we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2 to eliminate any bias. So we got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You're not in it. Are you going to participate? Okay, got it.
So it'll be 1.
I'll be number 2.
You guys want to be here? Do you guys want to move if you saw a different place that you want to be throwing that? Of getting that data.
Right here?
Yeah, I'm gonna say if we could start here and then maybe go over to where we were doing the bird stuff, because there were like some random like barren patches over there, so it might be a little bit more of a better representation of some not quite as high percent areas.
So would this be something that you would do like in like a straight line, like even though you're having these, you take it and you just like be like, okay, plot my points and then go down?
Either have 3 people throwing the quads and 2 people riding, or we can have 3 people riding and 2 people throwing quads. Who wants to do what? Because first we got to do that, because that depends on if I make another quad.
I can write. I don't want to write.
I was almost say 2 people throw and 3 people write.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's a writer.
I can write.
You want to write? So you 3 want to throw? So I'm going to make 1 more of those guys. And then I'm going to grab you a... I know, it's flimsy, but we're going to talk about how to get over that flimsy.
Get it!
This one is definitely a low percentage. And also it just looks like more because like we're focusing on like the top.
Yeah.
You know, like when it comes down to the root, like it's actually not making up that much percentage of the total space.
Yeah, right. Like this, I would say.
I'm so bad at estimating, I don't know.
Well, and also there's quadrats that actually give you sections, like a square inch section inside of it, and it gives you a lot better of an idea of
So you could count. If we had the time, we could truly like count how many.
Right.
But what is your
So what I might do-
estimate of the percentage of
I might do is go like this. Like I said, I'm kind of a math guy, so
Yeah.
I'd say like
You take
this,
over.
this would be like 50%. I mean, that still doesn't look like it's more than half covered. But
right?
so I think of it as like, okay, this one is still, even at 25%, it's not even barely covered there.
Yeah.
There's really nothing here.
Like 25 on this side. I can't imagine it being more than 25 on the whole.
Yeah.
that's what I'm
I would
thinking.
probably say about 30 to 40%, maybe. Probably closer to 30%.
You can go 30.
33?
When we're doing this, you guys are going to put down the percentage of what you think. You thought it was 45.
Yeah.
And then once you do that, when you get down here, you're going to be like cutting them, and you're going to have these bags, which I'll give to you, since you're going to be part of them. Your Sharpies. So it's really up to you on how you decide you want to do it. This looks more of like a different one than just a grass.
Right.
So do you want to only be cutting grass if you guys get it or not?
Yeah. So are you cutting from the roots, or are you?
No, like pretty much flush with the ground,
Okay.
or a little bit higher than the ground.
Right. Just whenever somebody else has to do it, they have to know how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Did anybody say what the maps of that?
It was 0. Does anybody know why we would do sampling like this, or what the point of collecting and finding the dry weight and the nutritive content of it is?
It's kind of like how healthy you can start to get an idea of like the soil, how much it's retaining moisture-wise. You can see.
Well, soil moisture and plant moisture are completely different.
Right. Okay.
Now are
But
you
how
ready
much
to
it's
weigh?
able to
X
achieve
that.
from
we
its
ready to weigh it, or-
surroundings.
Right.
No.
So I
Still
mean,
got a
we
couple more.
have what kind of animals out here? Mostly what?
Deer, bison.
Which are all
Grazers.
Grazers. So we care about the nutritive content because there's a bunch of grazers that live out here that eat the grass out here. So especially it being a closed system, we need to know how much nutrients there are for the herd of bison that we have on top of the deer population that we have. So that way we know that it's still a viable system and nothing would be degraded from having too many bison. Because if we have too many bison and not enough grass, then that could have really detrimental outcomes to the ecosystem.
And the water, they get some of their water from that. So that's the difference between the
Right.
wet and dry is almost like drinking water.
Exactly.
They eat.